Here, they are attacking the facility.
Amon has unleashed his servants. Ready our warriors!
The purifier weaponry that has been researched here could prove to be a valuable addition to our arsenal.
That is what I am hoping. Is there any merit to Rohana's fears?
The Kalai on Glacius have prototyped the technology with successful results. It is said that these experimentations are no different than the Templar they are replications of, a byproduct of quantum predictive analytics.
They were and are still only machines. Do not give them such credence, Karax.
We too are machines of a biological nature. I often marvel at the architecture, the design, the careful construction of our form, our machinery. The Xel'Naga forged us as we forged the original purifiers.
The Tal'Darim. They have not been seen since the Aeon of Strife, before the Protoss were united by the Kala's light.
I'm afraid they returned some time ago, Rohana. We thought them fanatical servants of the Xel'Naga for years, but in truth, they had enslaved themselves to Amon.
Why would any being willingly follow Amon?
That is unclear. The Tal'Darim call themselves the Chosen. What Amon has chosen them for, we do not know. They are dangerous foes who have helped forge the hybrid and shed blood in the name of our great enemy.
Protoss turned upon Protoss. The De'ul demands retribution for such offense. They must be destroyed.
If it is their fate, it shall be.
Our scouts are reporting Amon's forces are conquering system after system. We must choose our plan of attack carefully, Hierarch. The rulings of the Conclave mean nothing to the Nerazim. We must discard the past divisions to pursue the future. What would the Conclave think of Dark Templar weaponry? Surely they would have banned it too. Every course of action we can take will come at a price.
Glacius. We were never meant to come here, but our need is dire. I hope this new technology proves as valuable as it was rumored to be. The Tal'Darim will do anything to serve their god. They are formidable opponents.
If we are to obtain the purifier technology, then we must move quickly. The Tal'Darim are preparing to fire upon the facility. Hierarch, the Tal'Darim are unleashing their mothership's phase displacement beam against Glacius's orbital defenses.
I am First Descendant Alarak, and I've been charged with destroying this facility. You seek the technology vault, but you are too late. It will be annihilated along with the rest of this pathetic world. Use your time to withdraw from the system, or remain here, and watch your forces burn to ash. I care little which you choose.
He is not entirely correct. If we begin now, our forces could outpace the displacement beam.
Then we are going in!
The displacement beam is advancing. We must reach the vault before it is destroyed. I am detecting a Tal'Darim force amassing outside of our nexus point. We must prepare for assault. Wait, these sentries were left behind. Let me activate them. They are quite effective at restoring shields to nearby warriors. And there. Our gateways are now calibrated to warp them in as well. Our forces are near the displacement beam. We must remain alert and stay out of its range. Ah! discovered more sentries. I will activate them now. Bringing nearby sentries online. Releasing sentries from stasis. Hierarch, I'm detecting movement from the Tal'Darim fleet. Multiple transport signatures inbound on the facility.
Warp prisms. Clever. Alarak is activating the facility's old defenses, using them against us.
Acquiring access.
Work quickly, Phase Smith.
Focus the disruptor on their location. Let them burn.
I have its coordinates. Warping aboard the container now.
You are not as weak as you appear, Artanis. We shall meet again.
The Purifier weaponry is safely aboard the Spear of Adun. Wait, there is a prototype warrior here as well. I will have to examine it more closely.
You wish to see me, Phase Smith?
Artanis, it is good to see you, young Executor.
Phoenix? How can this be?
It was his cloned personality that was used for the Purifier prototype. Given your friendship with the Source personality, I thought, well, he believes he was brought from stasis and made a Dragoon.
Why are you here, Phoenix?
I was given a directive by Aldaris himself to come to Glacius and serve the Templar.
It is the last recollection from his memory web. The Great Templar were still encoded by order of the Conclave.
Do you know about the experimentation done on Glacius? Why Aldaris gave you this order?
I am a warrior, old friend. You know this as well as any. It is not my place to question the order of Adjudicator.
His construction is highly advanced, an Adanium shell composed of a trillic compression mesh. It appears he was to be the first in a revival of the ancient program.
Enough! I have fought far too long for the will of the Conclave to be examined like some specimen. I am Templar, and I am reunited with the dearest of friends. Is this not a glorious day?
You are right, of course. Karax, these tests are no longer needed. Phoenix, welcome aboard the Spear of Adun.
You and I have stood shoulder to shoulder, blades thrumming in the heat of battle countless times. And now, you lead the Protoss. I wail with pride at the mere thought of it.
I was chosen to represent the hierarchy by the remaining Judicators and the clans of the Nerazim. I am still honored by their choice.
Tassadar must be proud as well.
Tassadar is gone, Phoenix. He fell, bravely sacrificing for his people. He saved us from annihilation.
What? It cannot be. And Ire? Fallen to the Zerg as well?
It has.
How long have I lingered in stasis, becoming this Dragoon?
Do you know of the Purifier program, Phoenix?
Of course. The greatest Templar minds replicated. Dangerous machines that had to be shut down.
They were shut down, but we have never ceased the research, and still have tried to find ways to replicate our greatest Templar, to use that ancient technology.
Why do you tell me this?
We are facing a war like none we have seen before. We will need you in the days ahead. Maybe even the Purifiers.
Then my blades are yours, old friend.
These new purifier designs rival any technology our people have previously conceived. The replication data is the sort that allows accurate duplication of one's consciousness. Phoenix's personality may be accurate.
How accurate?
Within the 99th percentile.
So there is a chance for discrepancy.
Quite a minuscule one.
And in a lifetime, how many choices does that variation impact? Who would you be with such a difference in the decisions you've made? Keep a watchful eye on Phoenix. If he is to help us, I want to know who he is.
Amon's forces are already spreading throughout the sector. I fear none will survive this onslaught without our aid. The purifier technology cannot aid us, Hierarch. It is flawed to its core. Will you not heed the warnings of the past? You dare too much, Artanis. Your youth makes you rash. Not even Judicator Deralis would have taken such risks, or Judicator Saldrian. Well, perhaps, but that is not the point. Our traditions and laws are not meaningless. They have kept us alive. A new combat unit awaits factional assignment, Hierarch.
Seeing Phoenix once more perplexes me. I feel sadness, but I should feel joy.
It is said the warrior Phoenix was felled by the Queen of Blades. This approximation is not Phoenix, but he is a reminder of the loss you suffered.
His voice, thoughts, his very presence. He describes memories we shared with such vivid recollection. Every instinct I have tells me that this is my friend, but all logic defies it.
We of the Nerazim often ponder whether our people are the sum total of their experiences, or are more than them. A truth lingering inside us. In time, we shall see if this Phoenix has his own truth, or is little more than a flawed forgery.
Hold fast, my people. I will come for you as soon as I can. I will do everything in my power to survive this war.
Hierarch, I see the master construction of the Xel'Naga now. Their understanding that energy, essence, and information are all one. Each interchangeable, each mutable.
Then you uncovered the information Zeratul foresaw within this keystone.
I have. From what I understand, it will lead us to Ulnar.
Ulnar. It is a place of myth. A realm whispered of in our legends.
The homeworld of the Xel'Naga. I believe the keystone can project its location.
Show me, Karax.
It cannot be. I must be in error.
The Altarian Rift.
That is impossible. Nothing could survive within such unrelenting forces. It appears I have failed you, Hierarch.
I do not believe so, Karax. It is said that the Xel'Naga came from a place where no life should be. This aligns with Zeratul's prophecies. We will go in. Make preparations at once. Zeratul, many thought you mad. And yet, once more, you have seen truer than us all. The keystone leads us into the Altarian Rift, to the Xel'Naga home of Ulnar. It is my destiny to carry your mantle, old friend. I will wake the Xel'Naga and honor your legacy.
We should be shredded into our base particles. Yet here we stand, between universes.
Zeratul was right. It is Ulnar. Think of it, Matriarch. The cradle of all life, hidden all these years.
Yes, but why? A miracle has brought us here. The keystone revealed this place to us. Perhaps Zeratul knew something of value after all. My mother told me many stories of the Xel'Naga.
Is this our destiny? Zeratul believed, and so will I. What secrets lie here, waiting to be revealed? Phoenix, you appear distressed.
Apologies, Hierarch. I have been pondering the events that brought me here. I have discovered there are holes in my memory. Battles recorded here in the ship's archives that I should be able to recall, but cannot.
What is it you have found?
Records of my defeat at Antioch and being revived as a Dragoon. But this body, it is clear to me that I am no Dragoon.
There is more to those records, Phoenix. But what you uncover may not be desirable.
I am willing to face the truth, old friend, however difficult it may be.
Then I hope you find the answers you seek.
How Zeratul foresaw the Keystone would lead us here is uncanny. It is now clear that it was this device's primary purpose.
Zeratul was in touch with an expression of reality beyond my understanding.
This place should not exist. It defies all decrees of science, shatters all understanding of astral mechanics.
I once thought we Protoss had reached the pinnacle of attainable knowledge. I was a fool. There is far more in the galaxy than exists within Protoss understanding, friend Karax. I know this now.
To think, this device's makers, our makers, are so close to us. It is a truly humbling thought. The Keystone is reacting to an energy source within Ulnar. It's as if the Xel'Naga are calling it home. If the Keystone was constructed to store its origin point within, it would need to be expressed in a unifying language any culture could interpret. The construction of Ulnar and the Keystone share remarkable similarities. This is speculation, of course, but they appear to complement each other.
I greet you, Artanis. It is hard to believe we stand above Ulnar, the home of the Ihan-Ri, the Xel'Naga. The Judicators theorized the Xel'Naga left Aiur to return to a place such as this. It is said they slumbered through the ages.
Zeratul believed the artifact would lead us unto hope. The Xel'Naga may be the hope he spoke of.
If the legends are true, then the Xel'Naga are below, awaiting their children to awaken them.
Then let us hope so.
Hierarch, it appears we cannot receive transmissions while we are within the rift. We have been cut off.
The Spear of Adun's sensors have located what appears to be an access way into the temple. Our starships are prepared to move on your command.
Here lies the resting place of the Xel'Naga. We must find a way to unseal this access way if we are to awaken them. Grand Preserver, what do you know of the temple in the depths below?
Only myth, legend. Here upon Ulnar, the destined races will seek ascension. Their very presence shall open the way forward. I believe these celestial locks are the key. Our forces should claim them in the hopes the way forward presents itself.
Hierarch, the Tal'Darim are here. They are taking control of the celestial locks.
The voice's demands are clear. Keep the temple sealed.
As long as they control the locks, the secrets of the temple will remain hidden from us.
Warriors, engage the enemy and reclaim the locks. Amon will not have his victory so easily.
Our stargates can now warp in phoenixes. They are extremely mobile and effective at engaging our enemy across long distances.
Amon's forces are inbound to our nexus point.
Hierarch, the Tal'Darim have deployed a titanic warp prism. If its core is similar to our own, the reactor is made of pure solarite. If possible, we should destroy it and claim the reactor to enhance our solar core.
Once Amon's forces have been defeated, our warrior's presence should allow us to lay claim to the lock.
The lock is now ours. These energy patterns indicate once we control the other four, the temple will open.
Upgrade complete. I have returned.
Be on guard. Amon's servants are moving to seize a lock.
The locks do not appear to respond to our cloaked warriors. We must send others in their stead.
The lock has been captured by our foes, Hierarch. We must be cautious.
What would you ask of us?
All 5 locks have been captured, Hierarch. The access way is opening.
It seems Amon's forces have drawn back. I sense only a great stillness from within the temple.
Then we have succeeded. It will not be long before we see what fate has in store for us.
Since we arrived here, the keystone has reacted strangely. It's as if it is attuned to the energies below.
Energies below?
Yes, void energies exude from this place. I believe this world is a conduit between dimensions.
And the keystone?
Acts as if siphoning these energies. This is entirely different from how the origin point information was stored, as if the keystone was reconfigured for a second purpose.
Let us hope that the Xel'Naga themselves can reveal the truths you're looking for.
These records are fascinating, Artanas. I can hardly believe the stories they contain. Praetor Adonis requested my presence for the decommissioning of the supercarrier Antimon. When it was seized by a group of turncoats and traitors, I knew I could not let it fall into rebel hands. A scout crashed near the borders of Antigua. I gathered 20 warriors, and we slaughtered 1,000 Zerg to save the pilot. The Calafi intercession was a difficult time. Proud warriors who fought for Ire were met with hostility when they returned. Aldera's Judicator insisted I leave. My fellow Templar were ordered to fire upon me. I did what I had to do to defend myself. I once led an expedition to rescue the last surviving brother of 4 zealots. The squadron was killed, except for myself and the target. During the sacred celebration of Cosmos, I was locked within a conclave tower as it was overtaken by Dark Templar terrorists. After walking barefoot across shards of Kadaran crystal, I slew the terrorists and the warlord leading them with their own war blades. Shortly after they killed my legion, I was captured by mercenaries. They were trying to stage a coup, demanding that I assassinate Aldaris. After breaking free, I hunted them down, one by one. It was a good way to let off some steam. A disgraced executor and his legion seized control of a facility known as The Rock. Thankfully, I subdued them before it was purified. A nuclear device detonated in the heart of New Antioch. A Kalai worker and I fought through an underground railway system to defeat the brother of the warlord I killed in that tower 3 years earlier. While attempting to negotiate the release of hostages on a border world, I encountered an unknown alien species. It separated us from each other, hunted us like prey. Despite my lack of weaponry, I defeated it in martial combat and survived its explosive suicide. Some of these tales must have been embellished by their authors. It is difficult to believe one zealot could achieve so much. So many stories, Arcanus, each more unbelievable than the last.
The Keystone is reacting to an energy source within Ulnar. It's as if the Xel'Naga are calling it home. If the Keystone was constructed to store its origin point within, it would need to be expressed in a unifying language any culture could interpret. To think, this device's makers, our makers, are so close to us. It is a truly humbling thought. The construction of Ulnar and the Keystone share remarkable similarities. This is speculation, of course, but they appear to complement each other. To think, this device's makers, our makers, are so close to us. It is a truly humbling thought.
Hierarch, welcome. So many myths and legends speculate on the birthplace of the Xel'Naga. Though, of course, they are all wrong. Even I cannot predict how this mystery will unfold. To find the Xel'Naga, dare we dream of it?
I'm afraid the Spear of Adun will not be able to assist you inside the temple. Please be careful, Hierarch.
Amon's forces arrived here before we did. The temple may already be under his control.
Zeratul believed the other Xel'Naga were here, and that they would stand with us against Amon. They could end the war. My people could be free once again.
Then why have the Xel'Naga not answered us?
I am going into the Ulnar Temple alone, Matriarch. I do not intend to risk any more lives.
You risked your own life on the word of a traitor.
He killed your mother, Vorazun. That is true. But he was never a traitor. I do not wish for death. Only to see Zeratul's visions fulfilled.
You will return. That much, I believe. Adun Toridas, Hierarch.
Vorazun, I know not what I shall find below, but I know I must go alone. You are in command of the Spear of Adun now.
Until you return, Artanis.
Queen of Blades.
Artanis, wait! I am not your enemy. I have come seeking the Zelnaga.
It seems fate has drawn us together. We should not tempt it further. The shrines call this place the Temple of Unification. The Zelnaga are somewhere within.
So far, all I've encountered are hybrid. I've been fighting them for days. Progress has been difficult.
The prophecies foretell of two ascended races, working together to seek out the halls of revelation within the temple. Only with both present will the shrines reveal the means to awaken the slumbering Zelnaga.
I've never cared much for prophecy.
And yet, despite our history, here we stand, together. Perhaps you should start. Let us make for the shrine. It seems the temple has guardians. I will deal with them. Do you sense that? A great power awakens within this construct.
Purity of form.
Shade.
So the constructs hold the keys. Good to know.
Let us proceed. Weights. Strength. In unit. Harak and Vayash. These devices emit solar energy. We should gather them. Change is upon us. Our destiny awaits.
Our knowledge is your heritage.
Look out! Hybrid!
Serve my...
Another construct. We'll have to destroy it to open the doorway.
A key is still missing. There is a powerful energy across this chasm. Kerrigan, remain here. I must investigate this. Kerrigan, the construct is coming for you!
Explain yourself. Make it quick.
Fate is with us. The shrine still functions. There. It gathers power. It should be active shortly.
Friends of yours?
Not quite. It appears Amon's forces have found a way into the temple. We must slay them all.
Think I'm starting to like you, Artanis. Then we can see what your shrine has to say.
I see now. The Xel'Naga were the first. Born within the void. Their sacred purpose was to cultivate life and perpetuate the infinite cycle. At a new universe's creation, they take a physical form. If destroyed, they are thrust back into the void. All of this time, they have waited for us to assemble the keystone and find our way here. Amon indwells my people, possessing them through the Kala. But he has no physical form. If he were separated from the Templar, he could be forced back into the void.
Come on, Artanis. We've still got a long way to go.
I serve my people.
Let's go. It won't be long until our enemy pushes further into the temple.
It seems you were correct.
Well then, shall we?
It appears the Tal'Darim are preoccupied. We should engage them while they are fighting the constructs. This passage has caved in as well. Wait. Hybrid.
Ulnar shall serve as your tomb.
Serve my...
Our heritage is your future.
Shout. The Tal'Darim are breaching into the Hall of Revelation.
Ready your blades, Templar.
Unity.
Looks like we've earned a breather. You're up, Artanis. The shrines look like they're covered with pictograms. How do you know what they say?
Communing with the shrine is more than reading carvings. Each atom of the stone has been placed with meaning, purpose. It was here, from Ulnar, that the Xel'Naga began to seed the universe with life. They created us, just as they gave life to a numberless assembly of races in other universes. Every time, they observe and identify the potential of their offspring, never interfering. The infinite cycle will always be the same. Two races are destined to emerge. One, pure of essence, an indomitable spirit capable of great change. And one, pure of form, a being capable of vast psionic potential, able to house the essence of a Xel'Naga. Purity of essence and form, the Zerg and the Protoss. But if the Xel'Naga do not interfere, then it was Amon who uplifted my people. All we thought was the Xel'Naga was a lie.
Come on, Artanis. We're not far from having some answers.
I believe this must be the final hall.
Wait. The doors are open. The construct's destroyed.
The shrine is under attack! This can only be the work of Amon. We delay no longer. Our salvation will not be stolen from us.
Let's get to that shrine.
We'll come.
The Dark God has foreseen your death, Kerrigan. We shall deliver you to it.
Change.
By blood and fire, we shall be reborn!
These people are maniacs.
Our destiny. There is precious time left. We must reach the shrine.
Usher them unto the infinite abyss.
We shall prevail.
Our future is as one in the void.
Our destiny awaits us. For Zeratul! For Aya!
Only dark souls.
In unity.
It's done. Do your shrine thing, Artanis. These gods of yours have a lot to answer for.
We shall prevail. Ahead of us, within the Chamber of Ascension, the Xel'Naga have slumbered as civilizations grew, fell, and formed again. They will awaken when the two destined races arrive. Then, the elders among them will give their lives to bestow their essence. And pure of form and pure of essence will be reborn as Xel'Naga, shepherds of the infinite cycle.
So, what do you say? Ready to meet your maker?
Indeed. Come. The Chamber of Ascension lies ahead, and our salvation within.
Something's not right here.
The Xel'Naga.
No.
They're dead, Artanis.
Amon.
Now you see. With the essence of the great betrayer, your people fulfill their purpose. My host body is forged. With it, I bring an end to the cycle. An end to the infinite suffering.
My will is not so easily broken, Amon. The firstborn shall fear you no longer!
Matriarch, there is a massive output of void energy spiking from the temple below.
Target the epicenter.
not come as your enemy, Dark Templar. You must listen to me, Matriarch. Amon's trap is sprung. Your leader is in grave danger.
You think us fools?
Yes, but that is irrelevant. What is relevant is that Amon has opened a gateway to the void. Dark energies pour from within, and they will burn through your precious leader, and any who oppose Amon. I can guide you to Artanis before this fate befalls him. If we are bold, we can stop the Dark God's assault.
Am I to believe that the moment you're released, your blade will not be in my back?
You waste time. Lower your blades. I am Alarak, first descendant of the Tal'Darim. Amon has betrayed my people. Retribution will be claimed for this, and if your hierarch survives, he will aid in it. Make your decision.
You will take us to Artanis.
Most wise.
I have brought an additional defensive ability online, Matriarch. Please visit the Solar Core to configure it. Matriarch, the Keystone has begun absorbing void energies at an unprecedented rate.
Then this Tal'Darim speaks the truth.
Void energies flood from the temple. With each passing moment, the threat grows. I do not trust him, but all data points to the scenario he describes. A gateway to the void has been opened.
Is there any way to pinpoint Artanis?
No. The energies are making us virtually blind.
We must put our faith in this Tal'Darim. It pains me to do so.
A Tal'Darim warrior invades our ship while our hierarch is missing. I do not like this, Matriarch. Never turn your back on a Tal'Darim. In fact, if he so much as glares at you, put him down. It will be easier on all of us. I do not trust Alarak. His sense of honor is lacking.
I will monitor the Keystone to ensure that its current behavior does not harm the Spear of Adun. Strange. The Keystone is extracting energies at an unprecedented rate. Matriarch, the Keystone is shielded, but I would keep your distance. We have never witnessed an event like this. It is entirely unpredictable.
Rohana! Rohana!
You sought honor, and now you have found it. The cradle of life, both your beginning and your end.
Release her, Amon.
Do you seek deliverance within these empty halls? You will find none here. Only the truth of the Xel'Naga's failure.
Let her go!
I offer a gift. Release in oblivion.
Silence!
If you heed my words, your hierarch will live. I did not invade your ship to make idle chatter. You are unworthy of my conversation.
We haven't much time. Artanis, I will not let you die down there. The Tal'Darim had better not be lying.
Hierarch is apparently unaware of the danger closing in around him. If you desire his safe return, you will send your warriors to these coordinates now. This path will lead your forces toward Tanis. I have done as I promised, Dark Templar. Now go tell your Hierarch I am waiting for him.
Matriarch, our High Templar have volunteered to aid you.
The loss of the Kala was not easily borne. But we are ready to serve once again.
Templar, I thank you for your bravery in this dire time. We will recover our Hierarch.
My charge. Unleash psionic storms, brothers. Let these hybrid thralls feel the wrath of the Templar.
Protoss! Coming!
To me, my swarm!
Templar, join us, quickly! Vorazun, your forces have arrived just in time. Amon has opened a portal to the Void. It must be shut down before it tears us apart.
Agreed. My swarm and I will bear the brunt of Amon's power and buy you time. But it's up to you to seal that portal.
The gateway draws power from these void crystals. We will need to destroy them if we are to seal the gate.
Then it shall be done.
You have not enough minerals.
The darkness is approaching my hive cluster, Artanis. I hope you're getting ready to disable those crystals. I'll continue sending as many Zerg as I can spare to help you. Fight well, Templar.
Hierarch, I am detecting several energy sources hidden across the temple. They appear to be Zelmaga vessels, ancient power sources. If we can locate them, I should be able to use their energy to free up additional solarite from the Spear of Adun's core.
Chosen, slay these heretics in Amon's name!
My brood is pushing towards a crystal.
Red teleport successful. The crystal defenders have fallen. Move in and destroy it.
Crystal destroyed. Sensors are showing 3 more remain, Hierarch.
My minions and I are pushing towards a crystal. Care to join us? Artanis, hurry up and disable those void crystals. My hive cluster is taking a beating. I'm sending my army your way, Artanis. They'll help clear a path to the crystals.
The crystal is free of defenders. Our warriors can destroy it whenever you are ready. 2 crystals destroyed. I suspect Amon's forces will not let us take the next 2 so easily.
Hybrid are moving to attack our nexus point. Ready our defenses.
Only 1 remains, and the portal is growing unstable. We must destroy the final crystal, and do so with haste.
Hybrid inbound on our nexus point. Warriors, intercept them.
My hive cluster won't survive much longer. Disable the crystals now!
Let this be a reckoning. From this point forward, we stand united. We shall turn back the tide of Amon's darkness. We fought well this day, Kerrigan. Join us. Together, we can defeat Amon and send him back into the
My
void.
swarm was broken here, Artanis. I'll need time to rebuild my forces.
There is no time. My people are being consumed. Their very flesh turned into Amon's own. I cannot wait.
Then you must do as I have. Gather allies, subjugate enemies, do whatever you can to ensure victory. Survival is never pretty.
We are very different leaders, but I thank you nonetheless. Until we meet again.
Artanis, Hierarch of the Twilight Council, Warlord of the Templar. I had expected so much more.
Arrogance! Watch your words, or my blade will watch them for you.
Oh, that's hardly a way to speak of one who saved your master's life.
You care little for my survival, Alarak. What is the true reason you've come to me?
Our god broke his ancient covenant and cast us low.
These are lies, Artanis.
I am the liar? Are you not but a lie incarnate, machine? Protoss.
Speak your peace, Alarak.
The Tal'Darim's death fleet amasses its slain, awaiting the start of a full-scale invasion. I come with an offer. You will aid me in invoking a challenge for the right to rule my kind as High Lord. And in return, I will grant you a cessation of hostilities between our people.
Phoenix, rally my advisors. It appears we have much to discuss.
Ah, Artanis. I believe I will serve you more effectively from here. Besides, I would rather Alarak remain where he can be watched.
Nothing was as it seemed. We came to Ulnar to awaken the Xel'Naga and receive their aid. Instead, Amon nearly killed us. I fear Zeratul prophecy is no longer clear to me.
He was closer to the truth than I thought. The Xel'Naga did rest here. Had they lived, I think they would have given us their aid, just as Zeratul said. If nothing else, I will grant him that.
Matriarch, your words surprise me.
Perhaps your counsel has proved influential in some regards.
Then I will endeavor to give you more of it.
I said some regards, Hierarch. Not all.
Rohana, do you not see why you must sever your nerve cords? I cannot allow you to fall under Amon's sway again.
The Kala was created in our darkest moment. Only its light was able to bind our people to give us unity. We are born into it, and when we die, our spirits become one with it. It is worth fighting for.
And now Amon uses it against us. It sustains his existence. Its time must end.
Artanis, through the Kala, our every thought and emotion are made as one. I feel his thoughts and emotions swirling like a vortex throughout. He does not realize it, but here, within the Kala, he is vulnerable.
How?
Just as he can see into me, I can see into him. We can use this to our advantage, Hierarch. I know it.
It is not worth it.
Please, I only ask for time.
Hierarch, I believe I have found a way to save our people. As Zeratul foresaw, this keystone can indeed be our salvation.
Explain yourself.
As we have seen, the keystone was designed to be found and assembled by those who would ascend to become Xel'Naga. After leading them to Ulnar, it would also expel its stored energy to awaken the slumbering Xel'Naga. The keystone siphons energies and redistributes essence, matter, information, consciousness. To this device, they are all the same. I see that now.
This is how it cleansed Kerrigan?
It extracted the essence that forged her into the Queen of Blades. Then it used that energy to release Amon from the void. If I can discover how to control the keystone, We could use it to extract Amon from the Kala and save our people.
Then Zeratul has led us to hope after all. Continue your research, Karax. We have a war to take to Amon.
You were right all along, Hierarch. I am little more than a clone of your friend Phoenix. The Tal'Darim speaks truth. I am synthetic, a replication, a lie.
What did you find in the archive?
My death, my rebirth as a Dragoon, and then my death at the hands of this Queen of Blades. I am not Phoenix, yet I hold his memories as if they were my own. I must have time to consider this.
You are a warrior, Phoenix. Whether you identify yourself as my old friend or not, know that I believe in you. And I believe you will help me destroy Amon's armies and save our people. Do not waver because of this knowledge.
I will try, Hierarch.
It appears the Keystone is returning to pre-event levels. You missed quite the performance, Hierarch. When exposed to void energies, the Keystone begins absorbing them immediately, even from a considerable distance. We can use this. There must be a way to test the limits of the Keystone's absorption capabilities. Where does one acquire void energy? We were all quite concerned for you, Hierarch. This Keystone contains more information than I could ever hope to understand.
You must know Amon will destroy you.
If you have such faith in him, why are you here?
Oh, I merely voice the inevitable. I know the true power of what you face. I said destroy you, not I.
I have seen enough. His hubris will be his undoing. It is a flaw I also see in you.
I believe I like you, Hierarch. Your bravery is commendable.
Join me then. Together, we can defeat him.
I cannot tether my fate to yours. Hatred does not burn within you as it does in me. You do not see through the agony of knowing all you believed in is a lie, and that your only solace is found in the destruction of your betrayer.
No. Amon corrupted my people, and now turns them into a hybrid abomination. My rage burns brighter than 1,000 suns, and soon all will see my wrath unleashed.
Then this is something I hope to witness.
A Tal'Darim on our ship. War makes for strange alliances. Zeratul. What did it all mean? The Void Portal within Ulnar has been sealed, but a greater threat looms. Amon is transforming our people into a host form.
While we were focused upon Ulnar, he has unleashed the full might of the Golden Armada, using our own weaponry to eradicate life from planets across the Kapulu sector.
Our current forces are not powerful enough to engage the Great Fleet, but Amon's other servants run rampant across the sector.
Then we should strike immediately. Eliminate his outlying forces.
The ancient purifiers were designed for war. If we reactivate them, we can build our armies and destroy Amon's Zerg broods in one fell swoop.
Assuming they do not turn on us first. The purifiers possess no loyalty, no honor.
You waste time bickering. The Tal'Darim's death fleets are your threat. I alone can challenge Malash for the right to rule and bend his army to my will.
Do not forget Mobius Corps. They are rumored to operate from a hidden base where they forge a hybrid army to serve, even now.
This is true, but we cannot engage them without knowing where they are. Vorazun, send your most elite Dark Templar to scour the sector. For now, Karax, your focus must remain with the Keystone. The survival of our people depends on our actions in the days to come. It falls to the Firstborn to stop the coming oblivion. The Xel'Naga are dead. There is no salvation within Ulnar. And yet, we indeed found hope. Now, we must eliminate Amon's armies. Siding with Alarak is indeed a risk. Tassadar, old friend, what would you do? Zeratul, would you have me take such a chance? The answer matters little. If this alliance can weaken Amon's armies, then it is a chance that must be taken. It is an armada.
Behold the Death Fleet under Amon's command, poised on laying waste to all life in the sector.
Then we had best act swiftly.
Rakshir. Usurpation by ritual combat cannot be rushed. Its rites demand careful preparations if they are to be accepted.
We are in orbit above a hostile world with an imposing fleet, and you speak of preparation?
I intend to depose Malash, the ruler of an entire people, and bring them under my thrall. You will aid me, and in return, I will remove the Tal'Darim from this conflict. That was our bargain. To do this, the ritual must be carried out as tradition demands.
This bargain grows less appealing by the moment. I wish to know more about this Rakshir, your ritual combat.
To understand Rakshir, you must first understand the sacred chain of ascension that ultimately links to Amon. Each of us is shackled to his will, and to the will of he who is in the link above. And yet, there is a way to ascend. By blade and blood, any Tal'Darim can usurp the position of the one above his station. It is through this ritual that Amon's ascendants are assured to be the most capable to carry out his will.
Then Malash is the most powerful of your people?
He is considered so. But he has yet to face me.
Phoenix, we have a visitor. I've been analyzing the Tal'Darim's war machines. Their technology is cloned from Kalai designs. Aside from the construction materials, there is little deviation. How is this feat possible?
There have always been legends of vessels that set out into the cosmos and never returned. Of attack forces gone missing.
I have heard these stories. Whispers of angry spirits of our past that strike when you are most vulnerable. Imagine if all this time we have been fighting an unknown war against the Tal'Darim.
It would explain a great deal.
How sad. They are thieves, never knowing the joys of their own invention. How despicable.
What will happen to Alarak if he fails? I am merely curious. These Tal'Darim have strange customs. I cannot bring myself to hope for Alarak's victory, but I also cannot hope for his defeat.
What possible source of void energy is emanating from Slain? Hybrid? I shudder to think what lurks below. The Keystone is resonating to void energies below. We should investigate this further, Hierarch.
Ah, Artanis. I believe I will serve you more effectively from here. Besides, I would rather Alarak remain where he can be watched.
There are things I understand about the Tal'Darim. Their zeal, their desire to appease their god. What I cannot understand is why Amon would cast aside his loyal allies so easily. Why he would betray their sacred trust and treat them as fodder.
I have felt his grand ambitions, Artanis. The dark truth is, Amon wishes no allies, aside from his hybrid. He believes he's ending the cycle of violence, but he only brings about an eternity of abomination.
Of all the planets in the galaxy, they chose Slain for their homeworld. Whatever shall we do with this Alarak? He is quite unpleasant. Many of the Tal'Darim still hate us. I must keep my people safe.
I will make the Tal'Darim our allies, not Amon's. If all of Alarak's people are as grim as he is, this will be quite an interesting alliance.
In order to invoke the challenge of Rakshir, preparations must be completed, as the decrees of old describe. Ready your warriors. Malash will surely attempt to interfere. These are Malash's guardians. I need you to eliminate them before I proceed.
If it must be done. Wait, what is that strange fog?
Terrazine. It flows in cycles from the chasms of Slain, bringing us closer to the void. Amon's forces will be able to manifest until the flow subsides. They do not possess their full power here, yet they will strike at your base ruthlessly.
I thought you promised an assured victory, Alarak.
You enjoy a challenge, do you not?
Very well. My forces will pursue the Guardians while it is clear. When the Terrazine flows, we must endure the onslaught. The Terrazine will rise shortly, my warriors. Be vigilant.
Void rays can now be warped in at our Stargate. They are ideal for intercepting foes in the battle ahead.
Well done, Phase Smith. We will make good use of them.
The veil between this world and the void is lifting. Amon's forces will arrive soon. The Guardians stand watch over the shrines. Kill them slowly and painfully.
My people will fight with honor, even when we are fighting for you. But first, we must establish our defenses.
Hierarch, I was able to scan the Tal'Darim motherships in this region. They are carrying shipments of Solarite. I don't think Alarak would mind if we liberated them.
Have you come to bear witness to the end?
This shall not be our end, but a new beginning. We have destroyed the Tal'Darim mothership.
Excellent. Only one remains.
The fog is fading. What better time is there to slay my enemies?
Behold the strength of the Chosen!
Tal'Darim ships are heading towards our Nexus, Hierarch.
Bring them down! You should have everything now, Phase Smith.
Thank you, Hierarch. I shudder to think of what they were planning to do with it.
Your power is greater than he believed, Firstborn.
Ah, another Guardian has fallen. What a thrilling sight.
If it is so thrilling, why not join us?
Well, I must save my strength to face Malash, of course. Do you sense it, Tarazine? Time to enjoy it with Amon's forces coming after you.
You know little of Alarak, or you would not aid him.
Oh, what glorious deaths. You do well to promote my cause, Artanis.
I only hope that is true.
Do not fear death. Fear Amon.
Enemy ships have set a course for our nexus.
You will stand against a god? You go to your death, Alarak. The Dark God will destroy you.
I have heard enough of his lies.
Your ritual is complete. What now?
Well, they were not part of the ritual, but these traitors would have aided Malash in it, and I wish to see them die. Now the time has come. High Lord, hear me. I invoke the right of Rakshir. Fight me according to our laws, or die a coward.
We meet in combat at daybreak. You shall have your challenge.
I am going to make this clear. The Templar are not a weapon you can wield as you wish. We are not here to slay your enemies under false pretenses. Deceive me again, and this alliance of ours comes to an end.
Slaying Malash's guardians fulfilled more than one purpose. Once the High Lord lies dead at my feet, none will challenge my rule. After all these years, my victory is nearly at hand. I feel his concern, Artanis. He knows that I'm coming for him.
Malash?
No. Amon. Through the breath of creation, I peer beyond the veil. Oh, yes, I feel his rage washing over me. He knows I no longer fear him. He knows that the Tal'Darim have no collar for him to control. I will turn the Chosen against him.
Do not assume you are already victorious, Alarak. Do not let the Terrazine cloud your judgment. You have a battle to win first.
The battle is already won. In my mind's eye, I have delivered the killing blow in 1,000 ways.
From my experience, overconfidence is your opponent's greatest ally. Do not let yours aid Malash.
Spoken as one who welcomes defeat.
Your combat units await factional assignment hierarch. Upgrading them will improve their power, granting them new abilities in battle.
Malash has proven himself to be a dangerous leader.
Indeed. That's why my victory shall be the sweetest of ecstasy.
Has he defeated many in this rite?
Countless. He ascended the chain with brutal wrath, plowing through all who opposed him. It's as if he were blessed by the Dark God. They called him the Blade of Amon.
And still he was challenged?
It is our way. He defeated each with lingering cruelty. Malash revels in bringing his challengers to the edge of death, and tormenting them for a time after.
That does not comfort me, Alarak.
Comfort is a myth, given to younglings until they are ready for the trials and pain that is true existence. Leave me. It is time to make preparations.
Karax, the Keystone, it's
Reacting. To void energies upon the planet's surface, most likely. I've seen this before on Ulnar. This Terrazine must be directly linked to the void.
The Tal'Darim call it the breath of creation. They believe imbibing it allows them to speak directly to Amon.
A far-fetched claim, yet I cannot deny its plausibility. The substance's properties appear to be foreign to our universe.
Perhaps this is why it is so holy to them. They seek out planets rich in terrazine and turn them into temples to their god.
Our coming here may be a blessing to us. If the keystone reacts to terrazine like it does with void energy, I may be able to use it to stress the artifact, determine its limits.
Perhaps fate has not abandoned us completely. We must have faith.
I prefer results, Hierarch. Amon is powerful in measures that eclipse even the Queen of Blades. There is no room for uncertainty.
Hierarch, my scouts are tracking the movements of the Golden Armada. This chain of ascension is a despicable practice.
It is how the Kalai once thought of the Nerazim's Shadow Walk.
There is no comparison. Our society was not founded upon...
Their culture is one unyielding hierarchy, servant to master, a constant reinforcement of their bondage to Amon. But they have been lied to, Matriarch.
And how could this change if it is all they have ever known?
Our people once only knew hatred of one another, suspicion.
Yes.
We viewed your practices as barbaric, and you viewed ours as cruel. It is the same with the Tal'Darim, with the destruction of Amon, and the revelation of his betrayal. I expect their entire society to seek out who they truly are, and what they wish to be.
How unfortunate that most of the Tal'Darim are blind to their fate. Amon does not care for the lives of Protoss. Alarak may seem untrustworthy, but I think he lacks the finesse for deceit.
Hierarch.
I hope no one gets into the terrazine while we're on Slain. It is such a difficult habit to break.
The darkness within calls for the blood of Malash. Now is the hour of my ascendance. Let Rakshir commence!
The rite of Rakshir has begun. From this moment, only Alarak and Malash are allowed to engage each other in combat directly. One must overpower the other and reach the pit of sacrifice. There, the victor will stand as the new leader of the Tal'Darim, and the loser's life will be forfeit.
They appear quite evenly matched.
This is true. However, from what I have learned, Rakshir allows the champion's supplicants to support them psionically. Our warriors will be able to aid Alarak, but likewise, the Tal'Darim can assist Malash.
I will ready our forces. Malash will fight ruthlessly to hold on to his power. We must be prepared to do the same.
The Tal'Darim will send warriors to aid Malash shortly. We should ensure Alarak has sufficient reinforcements.
Malash is drawing power from the Tal'Darim. Alarak will need the support of our warriors.
My vengeance will not be delayed. Send me your warriors. Yes, your psionic power courses through me. Move forward, slaves. Kill all who aid Malash.
You would do well to remember that I command these warriors, Alarak, not you.
Glory of battle.
Hierarch, I don't understand how this is possible, but my scanners are detecting high solarite concentrations in the native beasts here.
We ought to pursue them. However, I think it best if we don't inform Alarak of this little diversion.
Understood, Hierarch.
Tal'Darim attack force is inbound on our nexus point.
Brothers, attack the Firstborn directly!
Hierarch, I am sensing hybrid. They come to aid Malash.
Amon's harbingers, join our struggle. Fight well, warriors, and you will also ascend into hybrid.
Oh, you lie with such conviction. It is almost admirable.
I sense more hybrid approaching. Be ready.
You require more. Warriors, the Tal'Darim are moving against us from the upper pathway. Prepare our defenses.
Tal'Darim, slaughter the Firstborn, and your ascension will be assured.
Hierarch, a hybrid dominator has appeared. It is on its way to Malash.
Locking on to the beast's coordinates. Warping it aboard.
Our confrontation draws to a close, Malash. Soon everyone will know the depth of your treachery.
Now I have all of them. My preliminary scans indicate that the Solarite deposits are a byproduct of the beast's unusual digestive system.
Are you saying that they're... Wait. Never mind. I do not wish to know.
A hybrid behemoth. Be wary, Artanis.
Master has already won, Alran. You will lead our people to their doom.
You are right about one thing, Malash. Tal'Darim, by the right of Rakshir, I am your High Lord. Listen and obey. Malash promised you lies. There is no ascension. The Tal'Darim will never be uplifted and become hybrid. Amon betrayed us, and for this, he must die. The Tal'Darim have yielded to my authority, and the Death Fleet is now under my command. I will use them both to avenge Amon's betrayal.
Do your people believe in this cause, as you do?
What they believe is of little consequence. What matters is that they obey.
You choose to rule differently than I, Alarak. Despite this, we may not only end the violence between our kind, but forge a powerful alliance.
Can we now? My people are vastly different than yours, Hierarch.
We both desire vengeance, and we are both Protoss. Is that not enough?
Very well. Submit to my absolute authority, and we may indeed unite our forces.
Do not test me, Tal'Darim. Amon is a mighty foe. Your people cannot hope to stand alone against him. You will side with me, and together we will send him back to the abyss.
So you do understand my culture after all. Let us say that for now, we have struck another bargain.
Hierarch, I have powered up a new ship subsystem. You can review it in the solar core now.
Have the Tal'Darim accepted the truth of Amon's betrayal?
Some have. Others dare not question my commands.
None wish to declare Rakshir upon you.
Let them. No one can stand in the way of my vengeance. This grows tiring. We have done what we came to do. Set course for Ire, and let us bring this war to Amon.
Do not dare give me orders, Alarak. We will return to Ire only when I believe the time is right.
Let's hope that time comes soon.
not think what has happened here will spare Alarak from my watchful eye.
I did not expect it to.
If he dares to betray us or takes any action against you, I promise his blood will coat these corridors.
Good. That is what I am counting on.
The Terrazine converted from gas to energy with no loss or gain. Incredible. Even these results require further testing. The Keystone is quite dangerous at this moment, Hierarch. I would keep your distance for now. Can we trust Amon's former allies? The Templar and the Tal'Darim have joined forces. Unbelievable.
Amon's presence within the Kala grows stronger. He is becoming harder to resist.
You risk much for this, Rohana.
He believes all suffering, all conflict, results from the Xel'Naga's infinite cycle. That it must end.
Yes, he has made this clear.
But you see only the surface. Underneath, a silent hatred roils within him. A prideful resentment that would see all worlds burn. The hybrid are the true face of Amon. He wishes not only for the Xel'Naga's creations to be set aside, but for them to suffer.
Artanis, you should know my fear of the Tal'Darim is not of the now, but what becomes of them if Amon is defeated.
You fear they will never integrate with our society.
They share our blood, but they are not like us. You know in your heart that may never change.
It is true. A great battle may loom on the horizon ahead of us, but it's a risk we must take.
It is a great risk.
The dawn of a unified Protoss requires much. Like the threads of a cloth, we must come together and be stronger because of it.
To think what we become with their culture influencing us, changing us.
Yes, we will be changed. And perhaps that is what you fear more than battle. The path ahead is uncharted, Matriarch. The Protoss are one. We must stand together if we are to endure. The Tal'Darim and Alarak have joined our fight, but we cannot strike against Ire without an army. Phoenix and I believe that we can awaken the ancient purifiers and call upon their power. They may have been a forbidden weapon, but I have seen their potential in Phoenix and know that this time they will not fail us. I have made a decision many of you will not agree with. During my time with Phoenix, I have seen that the Purifier program, under the right guidance, may be reborn.
History has shown the Purifiers cannot be controlled, Artanis.
They do not have to be. These personalities, like I, will have free will.
We do not have enough Purifier matrices to create more like Phoenix.
You cannot possibly be considering what I think you are.
The original Purifiers are housed in orbit above the forest world of Endion, sealed within their warship, Cybros. I have seen through Phoenix that these warriors may be valuable to us. Perhaps the Conclave misunderstood them, treating them as simple robots and not proud Templar. It tried to control them.
And they rebelled, attacking their creators.
Would you not rebel against a slave master?
I have heard your counsel, and I have chosen to go to Endion. We leave at once!
The Purifier stasis grid is still intact. We'll have to destabilize it from the generator below. I'm detecting a massive Zerg infestation on the surface. They can't be Kerrigan's.
Amon's brood. This will not be easy.
I know this will work, Hierarch. I know I can guide the Purifiers through the darkness that lies ahead. Help them accept what they are. I can convince them that they will not be treated as servants again.
Then it appears as if you have found purpose, brother.
Since awakening, I have been confused, directionless, uncertain of what I am. How I came to be. Now, things are clear once more. Fate has laid out a purpose only I can accomplish. It is exhilarating.
Yes. You embark upon a task that even Phoenix could not achieve.
Yet he would attempt it if he could. I have learned much from Phoenix's memories, and through them, I have come to know myself. I am Phoenix, but not. I am my own entity, and I take pride in this.
The Zerg pose quite a problem. Disrupting the stasis grid was never going to be easy, and it certainly will be less so with Amon's brood attacking us.
We will hold them off long enough for your work, Karax.
The scientists sealed away Cybros with a device called the Megalith. It is the key to disabling the station's stasis lock. Once the grid is down, we have to act swiftly and bring Cybros online or flee orbit. The might of the brood below is too great.
Leave the defense to me.
It is fascinating to witness this device fulfilling its intended purpose. For all my knowledge, it's as if I'm a youngling watching my master at work once more. Experiments are going well, Hierarch. Hopefully, a breakthrough will occur soon. The Keystone has yet to reach its limit. It continues to consume void energy with a voracious appetite. It is quite encouraging, actually.
Our scouts are reporting the Dominion is attempting to fight back the Golden Armada. Despite their efforts, multiple systems have fallen.
What you plan to do is awaken monsters, Artanis. They slaughtered every Templar on the base of Lentinum.
They rose against their masters. Our people never treated them as Templar.
Because they are robots, created to do the bidding of the Conclave.
Is this what you think of Phoenix? A robot whose only purpose is to do your bidding?
He certainly defies expectations. He is more.
Perhaps the original Purifier robots will be too. If nothing else, think of their benefit to the war effort.
That is, if they choose to join us.
I believe in Phoenix. I am willing to take the risk.
If they are anything like Phoenix, the Purifiers have potential. Endion. It is hard to imagine what it must have looked like before the Zerg invaded. We received a report from one of our colony worlds. Amon's forces are destroying their neighboring planets. They barely escaped in time.
The past will not dictate our future. It seems I am still learning from you, Phoenix. We must bolster our forces.
The shield emitters on Endion must be disabled if we are to reactivate Cybros. The time to begin is now, Hierarch. Cybros, the vault of the Purifiers. It is fortunate that Amon's brood has been unable to penetrate its stasis grid.
I now have access to Endion's records. The stasis grid is sealed by complicated locking mechanisms. They can only be destabilized by a certain device. The megalith. I'll begin recovering it now, so it may work on the locks.
It will need protection. These forests already crawl with Zerg abominations.
Then we shall clear them out.
If I may, Hierarch, this facility once developed powerful weapons for the Empire.
I have heard tale of the mighty Colossi, scaling cliffs, besieging enemies from afar. Let us see how they fare against the Zerg.
The Zerg are coming from that cave. If we fire on the rock formation, it will seal the opening.
Well done. The area is secure. Warp coordinates for our nexus point are locked. Karax, activate the megalith.
Authorization in progress. The megalith should be ready shortly, Hierarch. We will monitor its status and alert you when it is online. The megalith systems will take a few moments to activate. It will be ready to move out soon. In the meantime, I've upgraded our robotics facilities to construct colossi. You can warp them in whenever you wish, Hierarch. The megalith should be finishing up shortly. We should ensure that we have enough forces to defend it.
The megalith is online. We must ensure it reaches the stasis locks safely.
The megalith has reached the first stasis lock. It will be safe below the surface as it does its work.
I'm detecting Zerg movement. Warriors, ensure none reach our nexus point.
The megalith is almost done with this lock. I would advise you to make preparations for its next move. Sensors show the first stasis lock has been disabled. The megalith is relocating to the next one.
Our day will come.
My life for Iron.
The megalith has arrived safely at the second stasis lock. It shall be brought down shortly.
Interesting. I believe this facility used power cores of incredible size to provide energy for experiments. They should be hidden somewhere within these hills. If our warriors can destroy them, we can claim the Solarite components within. The megalith's work is nearly complete. It will move again soon. Stasis lock disabled, and the grid is now at 60%. The megalith is en route to the third lock now.
It grows narrow ahead. Crawlers, they're rooting on the ridge. Brace for incoming fire.
Well done, warriors. The megalith is disabling the third lock.
The first power core has been secured. Warping it aboard now. This lock is almost destabilized. The megalith will relocate shortly. I am detecting a large number of Zerg bioforms in the cave network ahead.
We can use the terrain to our advantage. Topple the rock formations near the entrance and seal the Zerg within the caves. Your order.
The third lock has been disabled, and the megalith is on the move. My readout shows Cybros beginning to awaken from stasis. Only 2 remain, Hierarch.
Perseverance.
Both power cores have been obtained. I'll begin working on them immediately.
There is no...
A significant number of Zerg have been detected in the caves ahead. Exercise caution. Phase link authorized. The megalith is now disabling the fourth lock. The lock is down and the megalith is traveling. Stasis grid at 20%. Wait. I'm detecting activity in the Zerg hive nearby. They're reinforcing the last lock.
There is an entire Zerg hive cluster between the megalith and the last stasis lock. Our only option is to fight through it. Seismic disturbance detected. Nidus worms are inbound on your location.
The final lock is destabilizing, and the grid is down. We've done it! Cybros is free from stasis.
Recall our forces from Endion's surface. We take this battle to Cybros.
I assume your plan is to bind these robotic warriors to your will.
They will be allowed their freedom, much like Phoenix. Making slaves of them is what led to their revolt before.
Oh, this foolish idealism taxes my patience.
Idealism? They are the replications of our greatest champions. We seek to free your people from Malash, and yet you desire to enslave mine?
I care not for freedom that softens a people. I will dethrone Malash and save my kind from oblivion. But they will not be free. They will serve me. Freedom is a delusion, granted to the weak by the strong.
You speak as Amon does. For the sake of your life, that will change.
Instill the Phoenix machine as the new executor of the Purifiers, and use them as the tools of destruction they were built to be.
Cybros will not be able to resist the Zerg for long. We should move quickly if we hope to save the Purifiers.
I require your honest counsel, Phoenix. Do you believe the Purifiers will join us?
I do not know. They may harbor rage, resentment for the actions of our forebears.
The Daylom is not the Conclave. We are united in purpose, like never before.
And that is why the Purifiers must be allowed to choose their fate for themselves. Without freedom, a people can be controlled, but never united.
This is true, and yet the Firstborn have ill need of another enemy.
And I believe in you to not create one. Your actions determine the future for both the Templar and the Purifiers. But now is the time to act, Hierarch.
You are right. The way forward may be difficult, but it is necessary. Thank you, my friend. Your plan worked, Karax. The stasis grid is down. We must act now.
If we can bring Cybros online, the battle station should begin to defend itself.
And the Purifiers?
They have lain dormant for millennia. They may still harbor anger towards us. If they turn on us, we will have to fight.
We failed them before, not understanding what it was we had birthed. These personalities may be replications, but they are alive.
After spending so much time with Phoenix, I share your belief.
Why was Endion chosen as the world Cybros was to orbit?
For thousands of years, it has been a research retreat. Here, Protoss scholars secluded themselves from political affairs to focus on the task of devising technology that would benefit the Empire. The Psi Matrix was first conceived here. When it was decided that the Purifiers would be shut down, they became a symbol of achievement, but also the dangers of it.
So they were brought to a research colony.
Where better than a place where our greatest scientists resided, constantly improving Cybros' stasis field.
And how many resided on the world below?
800,000 Kalai. A contingent of Templar.
I only hope their deaths were swift. Rohana, is this all that remains of our standing forces?
Yes, although many of our warriors are in stasis, and the Spear of Adun is fabricating new technology as soon as it is encountered.
I see. Even so, we must focus on expanding our available weaponry, however we can.
If you would listen to me just once. They cannot all be like Phoenix, Hierarch. The Purifiers are dangerous. Perhaps you must learn this firsthand.
Hierarch.
With the stasis grid down, the Zerg have begun infesting the surface of Cybros. We do not have long if we wish to save the Purifiers. Your Templar are ready, Hierarch. Give the word, and it shall be reclaimed. These Zerg are truly as tenacious as the archives claim. Their infestation already spreads across the surface.
And Amon's hybrid have begun fortifying the hives. We must hope for the aid of the Purifiers to win this battle.
Indeed. According to the station schematics, Cybros' power architecture is divided into 4 distinct quadrants. Each is sealed by 3 null circuits. Destroying all of the circuits in a quadrant should restore its power, activating at least some of the Purifiers.
We will need to keep a watchful eye upon the core matrix. If the Zerg destroy it, Cybros falls as well.
We should try to locate the null circuits as soon as it is safe to do so, Hierarch.
Artanis, there are unpowered cannons placed near the core matrix. With enough fortification, this would be a defensible position.
A Zerg force is preparing to move on the core matrix. Warriors, defend the core! The core matrix is under attack. It must not fall.
We should head out and destroy the null circuits. The Purifiers will attack the Zerg and slow their attacks upon the core.
I'm detecting a Purifier awakening on its own. Wait, something is amiss. The AI has gone rogue.
Its Solarite memory lattice has grown irreversibly unstable. We should disable it. At least we can put its Solarite to use.
The Zerg broods are reacting to our battle plan. They have begun guarding the null circuits. The Zerg are attacking from the northeast. They're trying to break through our nexus point.
There, a null circuit. Destroy it, and power should begin to flow again.
Firstborn, I remember. Betrayal. Death. Unacceptable.
A shame. Karax, do what you must.
Understood, Phoenix. I will see the Solarite is recovered properly. Energy flow increasing exponentially. It's working! The Purifiers are activating!
I am Executor Clolarian. I address the leader of the Firstborn.
Executor Clolarian, your deeds are taught to all Templar, even to this day.
Cease your adulation. Why do you seek the Purifiers?
Brothers, you were created to protect the Empire. Yet we did not treat you as you deserved. As true Templar. I implore you to forgive our ancestors' mistakes. To take up your ancient charge once more and join us as equals.
We will see if you speak truth. You will aid us in purifying this alien threat. Only then shall we discuss this further. Sentinels! Advance upon the alien stronghold. Purify the invaders.
The last grouping of null circuits is located here. Null circuits destroyed. Station at half power.
Purifiers! Our home is under assault by alien forces. Move out and eliminate them.
The third quadrant is coming online now. Cybros is at 75% power.
Our day will come. There is no solace in exile.
Brothers, our time has come. Eliminate the alien bioforms with extreme prejudice.
There is no solace.
That's it! Seals are fully unlocked. Cybros is awakening. Hierarch, Cybros has reached full power, and the Purifiers are cleansing the station of the Zerg.
Fight on, brothers. Slaughter them to the last.
Wait! I've been disconnected from Cybros' systems. The core is activating. It's going to fire!
Larian, what are you...
Commencing purification.